The question is, how do we attain to a sense of balance in what we do? In fact, this is so very important for people who enter the spiritual path. Now, how much of spirituality is correct or right? And this is also important for those in corporate lives. People talk of work life balance. So, how much of work is correct, is right? So, basically, how do we attain to a sense of balance in our lives? Generally, people evaluate it with respect to outer parameters. But you will notice that if you are sensitive to your own heart, your own thoughts, you will see that, let's say you are ambitious now. It is not that at all times throughout your life the same ambition at the same intensity will exist. That's a linear projection where we feel, oh, now it's this way, it will continue forever this way. It is not so. Many people who get onto the spiritual path imagine, okay, I need to meditate 3 hours per day, 4 hours per day, 6 hours per day. Look, and they project it forever, not as a niyama to be followed for a certain period of time, but forever. When you project something forever in your mind, when it is forever, then you create a very artificial construct. It's just in your imagination. You are not giving room for your own growth. As you grow, you will see that your thought process, everything evolves. And as it evolves, you will see even your ambitions, many things change. So when you start work or when you are into work, you might project linearly. I'm working this way, I will get this much. I will work this much, I will get this much, and so on. In whichever area we take up, we always see that we get this much, immediately we project to this much. We get that much, we project to this much, this much, this much. That's a projection. It's not wrong. But you will see that as you actionate on that projection, the key thing is action. When you actionate, you will see everything evolves. After some time, a few years, you might realize you would have grown, and hence what you started out with, what mindset you started out with, what projections and ambitions you started out, now you seem to have outgrown those projections. It's a very valid experience. For almost everybody, this experience happens. As a child, I used to project, okay, I like playing basketball. So lifelong, I will be playing basketball. Daily, I will play 3 hours in the evening. Now my son wants me to play basketball with him, and I look at him. Yes, yes, I will play. You know, not that I don't want to play, but I have other things to do. But still, sometimes I play. It's okay. But daily basis, it's not a projection where yeah, I want to play. I want to play. It's not like that. So the projection I had as a child, now it's changed. Many things have changed, and hence, what is the right dosage of anything for oneself? That is a key question. The right dosage is always to do with your inner nature, your current inner quality. This is very critical to understand because others around you, your parents, your friends, nobody might be able to exactly understand this. Only you can. If you closely follow your own movements, your own thought processes, you will understand that there is change. And hence, generally, it is said in the spiritual path, what we call as the Purushartha. That is, what is the purpose or what gives meaning to a human life? You would have heard of dharma, artha, kama, moksha. You will see that initially, many people assume that, oh, on the spiritual path, uh, I should meditate, but I keep getting distracted. I have temptations. Oh, I want to eat this, I want to do that, but no, no, I should meditate. And that creates a big inner conflict. That's why it's recognized that pursuit of karma is also a valid thing. But you would see that initially, when you are a novice, your approach to pleasure, your orientation might be such that that is higher. But at that time, there is also Guru Seva, there is also Swadhyaya or study of Shastras, but that would be a lower dosage. But as you grow, as you grow, as you grow, you would see that you would come to a point where you feel earlier what used to give you pleasure has become monotonous. It's become repetitive. You know what to expect, and hence there's no fun. Oh, okay. Then you get that dispassion, also called vairagya. Raga means attraction, attachment. Viraga or vairagya means that no longer holds you so much. Your mind gets some fluidity. It's no longer rigidly holding on to that pleasure aspect. That's a automatic process of growth. That's why it's stabilized by dharma or guru seva and swadhyaya, study of the scriptures. That will give you vairagya, dispassion. Then you will see that your orientation towards pleasure also changes. The same masal dosa, for example, does not elicit that mental response that it used to do earlier. So that's when you know, oh, okay, I have gained some level of, some degree of freedom. As you keep up with that, you would see that you can increase the dosage of swadhyaya, for example, or meditation, and decrease the dosage of pleasure. And over a period of time, you would further find that actually the objects of the senses don't hold any attraction for you, just don't matter. Many Mahatmas display this behavior. They are indifferent to the objects of the world. Then everyone starts getting a question. They start feeling guilty. Oh, I'm not like that. It's not meant that way. It's a natural progression. You don't need to compare yourselves with anybody else. But when you understand yourself, your own heart, you would regulate the dosage appropriately. So after you get Vairagya, with further progression of time, as you increase the dosage of Swadhyaya and Guru Seva, the dosage of pleasure automatically goes down. You'll see that you're no longer interested in the various sensory stimulations. And as a natural progression, you'll see that the mind comes to a stage of equanimity where it does not seek pleasure. It will just be. It will be calm and deep as the ocean. It so happened the great Mahabali, day after tomorrow is Onam. So we remember Bali with fondness. He was a great Asura Raja. After so many years of ruling his kingdom wisely, ruling the Asuras wisely, he came to a point where he started feeling, what is all this? It's just repetition. There is this pleasure, I have everything that anybody would require. I have access to everything. But it seems repetitive. What is the whole point? So when such an inquiry started happening, then he remembered his discussion with Virochana, his father. So Bali asked Virochana, Father, what is good for me? Please tell me. For which Virochana has responded, Bali, you are a great person. You rule wisely. See, you split up your, let's say activities into 4 parts. Now you might be engaged, say 4 quarters. 2 quarters of your time and energy you spend in pursuit of pleasure and wealth. But 1 quarter devoted to Guru Seva, Seva of Shukracharya, who was the Guru of the Asuras. And 1 quarter of your time and energy, you spend it on Swadhyaya, study of the Shastras. Then as you proceed, you will see that you will find everything repetitive. That's when you will get Vairagya. Then you spend 1 quarter of your time and energy in pleasure and wealth, pursuit of pleasure and wealth. 2 quarters of your time in Guru Seva and 1 quarter of your time in Swadhyaya, study of the Shastras. Then again, as with time, you will evolve to a stage where pleasure will not make any sense to you. That's when you are free while being in the body. And hence, 2 quarters of your time you spend in Swadhyaya and 2 quarters of your time and energy you spend in Guru Seva. You are liberated while living. So Bali remembered this and hence sought the feet of his Guru, Shukracharya, who instructed him on Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya. And Bali went on to went into deep samadhi that lasted for 1,000 years. And only after that, he got blessed by Vishnu in the Vamana Avatara, where he was pushed into Rasatala. But in so doing, Vishnu actually blessed him and became his protector. So that's where we need to always look at ourselves, be sincere with our own quest, looking deeply into our own hearts, and see what is appropriate for us at this juncture. One does not need any sense of guilt or shame. These need not be there at all. Life is wonderful.